Hello and welcome to episode 45 of my demo review series. Today we have a guy by the name of Toomy, Tommy. Not sure how he really wants to. Let's hop right into the game. Playing CT side of Inferno here. Get this all sorted up. And let's start. So you're going with chest armor, that's cool. And it looks like you want to go towards B. That's alright, it's a pug. You can do whatever really. When I play pugs, usually I just go for armor. I don't care about nades or kit or anything, just because I can hit those headshots and kill them right off the bat. So no one on your team has a kit, so I'll gotta keep that in mind as well. So it looks like both of you guys, one's gonna play spools, you're gonna play emo. As we can tell from your crosshair placement, it's okay. I think you can see head there, and your teammate is trying to rotate or something. Gets shot out a couple times. And as we see on the mini-map, they're coming towards B. Alright, so you just missed your shots, you overexposed yourself, and you were just getting shot out by two guys. So, you were keeping your crosshair at head level, really good. Just really gotta hit those taps. So that just comes down to your tracing. You guys still win that round, which is awesome. And now, it's gonna be an anti-eco round. And so you should be buying some machine gun or bomb loss is fine too. You are holding B, so I go with the submachine gun and some nades because you always want to slow down the terrorists because they're more than likely gonna rush somewhere, and unless you spray them down perfectly, you're not gonna get a lot of kills. You might just get sprayed down by 5 guys, but let's see how this plays out. You make flashes. You're holding a good position for him. Gets that kill. Bombs down mid. Just one last guy. That's a 2v1 situation. You know he was Boiler who just threw that flash. Trying to take some shots. Get burst on. Burst not that great. Try to like pre-fire, but like you're not pre-firing at a good spot. Lag right there. See, like, he's lit. He has like only a scout and armor. And you get him. 1v1 situation, very necessary. Don't need to pre-fire like that all the time. You could probably just wide peek him, probably kill him. Then again, just whatever you want. So you get full nades here, cool. See what you do with them. They're a horrible nade. I don't know if that was your plan or if you just fucked up. You hear a couple by car, you smoke it off. Good smoke. Teammates push down mid, they basically finished this guy. Flash in. I wasn't big slash, but no one was there, so you really couldn't punish for it. Now we're coming to a gun round. Keep the farm loss still. Not that bad. What you do. 3 of your teammates have kits. You could opt for the kit for your teammates, but you don't really have to. It's more than likely you'll pick one up if one of these guys die. Alright, so you're having good position, or I don't know, you should be holding close or something, right? In case you approach your teammate. You throw the shit flash, you get blinded by it. This isn't a really good position. They rush through, they might flash through and you might not see it or react fast enough. But, yeah, it's okay. You hear him rotating off. Definitely don't need 2 people here. It's rotating. Your teammate on A should be hearing them. Alright, Alright, teammate died in apartments. That should have been bomb. You should be rotating.
Bomb has been planted.
Your crosshairs a little low. Hit that guy. Luckily he's lit. Again, check boiler. Sometimes people do like to hide in boiler. But no big deal here. You can also upgrade your gun. Alright, so I like you buy full nades a lot. That's really good by you. And you're coming to hold B here. So they got that bomb plant, so they're probably gonna force up. Have enough to buy. Obviously it's not gonna be a good buy by them because they can't really buy full nades. So if you hold this properly, you guys should do fine. So your teammate likes to come up here, so you should play up with him and cover his back. Your two teammates died on A, so good rotations by you. But everyone dies. 1v4 situation, and you're probably not going to win this. Going for exits is probably your best choice, because you do have quite a bit of money. You have 8,000, but if you save this, you can drop for your teammates as well. And buy up next round. But again, this is just a pug, so... Saw the guy in the corner of your screen. Unfortunate, but oh well, happens. Oops, I skipped around. Alright, so you have 10 grand. Drop your teammates like some FAMASs and something. Oh, you're dropping some M4s, it's not bad either. You can still full buy. Alright, so they won with the majority of their team living, so you don't need this head armor because they're probably going to have AKs and ops, and by having head armor it's just a waste of 350. You can still buy an HE grenade if you don't spend your money on that. Just something to keep in mind for some good economy management. Waste of a flash. Want to use your nades effectively. I don't know if you wanted them to stop from rushing or there. Now you're out in the middle of this lane here, so if they walked up, it might kill you. Good smoke. Don't want them to push through. Alright, he saw you. You hear him jumping on top of the wagon, so as soon as you hear him jumping on wood, that should signal to you that, hey, he's getting on wagon, let me spray down wagon. Or he's going to be on top of it, let me spray on top of wagon and try to kill him. Obviously, he was able to kill your first teammate, and then he killed you because as he was coming down, he saw, I think, your top of your body because you were elevated slightly. That's how he was able to kill you. So now, you got to be on a full save here. Or you guys can force up, I don't know, it's just a pug, do whatever the fuck you want. But I would recommend saving. If you were playing like a league match, that's what you would do. Practice for the future. Okay, and so you go to this dumbass spot, because first of all you run here, right, and then you like crouch and just try to walk over. I don't know who the fuck taught you that, but that's just so stupid. That's like never ever gonna work, because good players will always come check behind car, check, or molly off sandbags. So, oh fuck. Didn't give too much to the rounds. Do that. But yeah, don't ever try like just walking up there. It's just really bad. Really stupid, because sometimes they'll see you just walk over there and just be like, why is this guy just crouch walking? Just got another timings as well. Let's see what happens here. Looks like you're going A this round. Alright, so look at where your teammate's at. He's right here next to you. Don't need to watch arches either. You go to balcony or porch and watch something else. Or he will. And looks like he is. So you know there's one more mid. Throw a nade. It's okay nade. They're more than likely not going to be in the smoke. Good shot. So, gets picked. Teammate should be calling in, a couple pushing in. Gets the kill, bomb down. You should see bomb on your radar, rotate. oranges. And nice spray down on that guy. It was an okay flick, but you were able to recover with that spray control. Kind of a waste of a smoke here. I mean, if you want to stop them, because if they constantly peek mid, then yeah, it's okay. But right there's kind of early, unless they like run straight up mid. And if they're gonna run straight up mid, they're gonna go through that smoke anyways. So you should probably wait till contact. You see someone, then smoke it off, or wait a little bit longer and then smoke it, like 130 maybe. That's a good molly though. That was definitely a really good molly. That was a good spray down on those guys. Molly's ready to finish them off. Because you see them throw this kind of smoke, you don't want them to push in. Now you're flashing it, and it's really aggressive. You don't need to be this aggressive. You don't want to die. And for some reason, you weren't aware. It shows me like lack of like game sense, because unless they were calling he was banana, and if they called that a while ago, he's probably not going to be there. But if you just calling it, if they were calling it right now, then I understand why you're looking at banana. But otherwise, you should be thinking to yourself, alright, he could be anywhere. He could be alt mid, he could be an apps, he could be Mexico, he could be saving, all those different spots. So if I was to play very aggressive like that, I had no info, then I'd definitely be constantly looking around, trying to see where this guy could be. So now, let's see, you get the FAMAS again. Drop, I guess, your friend of yours in M4. Crosshair is really low here if you're aiming at legs. Smoke, mid. This time it's an okay smoke because your teammate made contact and you can see him bottom of mid. That's a decent nade if they were there. Then you decide to pug it up and push through. You saw the guy on your screen. Look back again, you kill him. It's really puggy play right there you just did. But sometimes it works. So you should know there's one more down bottom of mid. And you don't know where the other two are at. So double arches, not that bad. You're baiting your teammate, it's really good. He makes the shot, you fall off. And you should be able to peek out if they do come mid. So they kill your teammate in apps. That should signal to you that there's at least one there, right? So what you should be doing is wrapping around or telling Thursday to go around the site and hold truck side and apartments. Because this way you guys can still cover site. Right now you guys have to flash cover site. Your teammate dies, you don't peek it right away. Instead, you decide to throw a flash. But if you would have peeked out right away as soon as he shot, you still probably would have killed like one or two guys instead of just this one guy. And you should know there's at least one more there. And they have apartments and truck side. Bombs down. Alright, gotta check your corners. One could be an apps unless they called it. You know he's on site. Don't need to be running here, making a lot of noise. But he's a teammate. So actually running there was actually good. As long as he's engaging someone else, right, and he has not the time, or he doesn't have the time to focus on you or any of his surroundings. If he has to like concentrate on his screen, then obviously running is really good. It's a good play by you. If your teammate was just sitting there though, then waiting for you to peek, try not to run too much. Nice. Again, smoking mid really early. I don't think you need to smoke mid that early. Kinda late on that Molotov. As soon as you get smoked off, probably try to throw, or at least flash into the smoke, like into your mid. Mid smoke, mid, side, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I mean that's an okay flash. flash the first guy, obviously, because I think the guys you're playing are really, really fucking bad. Second guy comes through mid. You spray at him, but you don't pull down far enough. You crouch, and I think he crouches too, and your bullets go right above him. The guy was to the right. So you probably could have got 2 kills there if you would have killed that first guy that came up from mid. You guys lose that round, but you do have enough to buy up. It looks like your teammates are going to force up. So no harm in just forcing up with him as well. You're going to buy the AUG. AUG's not that great in my opinion because it's just worth just $200 extra for like another M4. The benefits of the AUG, you can scope down. But again, I guess it's personal preference. I don't like the AUG too much. I like the spray pattern for the A4 and A1. It's a lot better. Alright, so you're holding an okay angle. You're kind of wide peeking, but I think you want to use the fountain to your advantage. So if you're gonna run off, alright, you have scroll wheel, and your crosshair was a little off there. So you're kind of shooting at the top of the barrels there, and obviously you have scroll wheel to switch grenades. Try to get binds for your weapon or for your different grenades. I have my mouse buttons, flash and smoke. I have the F key to Molotov, and I just hit 4 to go to my HG grenades, or just switch or just, scroll through them in general. So definitely think about binding some of your different keys to different things, because you can definitely throw those a lot quicker and stop them from pushing in or doing some more damage. As well as your crosshair placement. Again, be careful where the middle of your crosshair's at. You weren't on the guy, you were like slightly below it on top of one of these barrels right there. So you guys lose that round as well. Saving, just fast forward through this, see what happens. Again, they say you come here, there's no reason for you to try to walk over there and be sneaky. This is that round. Good file master, good economy management, you don't go just for the M4, I like that too. You'd rather get full nades, which are very important. Good try on the turn there, you just turn back though. So you know there's one more mid. Let's see how you play this. He could, and then he just gets the advantage over you. I don't know if it's just reaction time right there. I felt like you definitely could have killed that guy though. Next round. You guys win that round, and you get a drop from someone. More than likely you probably won't. Submachine gun, not that great. I'd rather just go with a 5.7 or a deagle. Unless you're going to be playing close to them, like this closest smoke right here, closest mid. Yeah, if you play close to this, that's alright, but the submachine gun at distance, its drop-off damage is too high, so it's going to do a lot less damage the further you are, compared to other rifles or submachine guns. I mean, submachine guns in general, that happens, so you playing this distance is not that good. He throws in a flash, you saw that on your screen, you should instantly know he's going to probably push through that, because that was an underhand throw. And your teammates on B get killed by one. One of you guys should be rotating. There's one on B right now. He gets the first kill. Thankfully they're playing really stupid. And he's probably gonna die here. Yep. Spotted bomb. You should probably try to pick up this guy's gun. And now it comes down to a retake. Flash through, trying to do some really puggy shit. I don't know if you watch Stewie2K a lot, he does it, but it's really, really stupid. It'd probably just be better just to wait for the smoke to go down, and then see if you can see him. If you were closer when they threw that smoke, right, as they were hopping on the site, and then you threw a flash, or you just walked through the smoke itself, without any flashes, it could have worked. But because it's so late into the round, they already have bomb planted. All they have to do is really watch the smoke, and if you throw a flash, you might blind them, but they'll hide behind cover because there's so many spots on B. and then they can just peek you and kill you without you really knowing where they're at. They know where you will be at because you do that flash. You won't really know where they're at. So we're coming down to halftime here. Some things you got to pick up on CT side though is using your on B. Again, just holding more positions. Like you'd like to go to emo and then just hold that like fountain spot. Very common spot people like to hold as well. So just be careful for pre-fires. Make sure your crosshairs obviously on them, and you were good. It was good that you were tapping with the AUG that one round, but again, crosshair placement was slightly off, so you weren't really hitting them. As well as get used to nades being bound to different keys, that way you can pull them out quickly, and just holding better spots in general when you're playing arches or depending how you're playing it. Obviously, to me, that looks like what happens. Your foul mouse spray definitely needs some work on, as well as your reaction times. But that's so far what I saw on your CT half. Let's see what happens on your T side. Okay, so typical to buy chest armor, cool. Buy it again. Buy decoy, it's whatever. Looks like you guys are rushing piano. Alright, you just get pieced right from the start. Get killed by the guy on site. You guys don't have a smoke to smoke off CT. And so they basically had like a decent crossfire kind of going on here where this guy will peek you guys as you guys are trying to come in. And this guy is just waiting for you guys to push up close and just peek out. Nothing to do about that. That guy just hit a really good shot. Maybe if you would have like cleared that area better, probably could have picked him off maybe. But we don't know. But you guys still win that round. And you can buy some machine gun because it's going to be an anti-eco round. You get full nades. It's really good. Keeping your gun out, I like this because they could push you and rush. Alright, you're making a lot of noise, so this, like, when you make this noise, that basically tells the CTs to, alright, be aware, there's a guy close by, and they'll probably set up to kill you. Check guard. Luckily, that was a nice one. Okay, you see the flash, he tosses the flash, and then you reload. That was a really bad move by you. If he's flashing like that, he could easily just peek. So you know there's one guy close on balcony. So he might peek out and kill you, which he did, so you don't want to reload. As well as another guy was coming up boiler. And basically you're going to be fucked anyway. But if you would have just pushed the guy with that flash, you probably would have killed him. Reloaded, heard the guy pushing boiler, probably could have killed him as well. That's what I would have done. And I think that's what you should have done as well. Teammates still able to win the round. Let's take it 2. Next round here you get AK. Get full nades as well, it's cool. Also, if you're going to buy full nades like you did last round, try not to waste them by dying right away off the bat. Maybe take it a little slower when you have full nades. You got shot in the box. Oh, Jesus. Stab the guy once. Spray control is not the best. Good underhand toss. Smoke there. Okay, and then you just no game sense. You don't know where they're coming from. There's 3 guys left on the other team. You're getting shot up by one guy. I think you hear the other guy construction, or maybe your teammate calls it out, and you don't know where the 3rd guy's at. And so you just leave your back to banana when he can obviously just come up banana, which he did, and kill you. So definitely, you didn't have to die there if you would have played it like, correctly. Now you're getting a MAC 10. They're gonna have full guns because they were smart about this and managed their economy pretty properly. Alright, so this time you're walking, trying to listen. They're all dark rooms, cool. Could be a guy boiler. Could be a guy sitting in this corner right here. Alright, then you just come out here naked for some fucking reason. Like I would never go out here like without a flash, without a smoke covering one side, because usually there's one guy arches, there's one guy porch, and you just walk out with your back towards porch and you just die right away. Like there's like rarely any times where you're not gonna see anyone up here holding a very aggressive angle. The only times you might see no one up here is when you kill like one or two guys on B or one guy from arches. That's probably the only time they might play really passive. Guess lose that round. You're saving. A couple of your teammates are force buying, so your guys' economy is going to be pretty broken. I'm just imagining. This guy might have some bad economy as well. Maybe going with some pistol armor instead. Just pistol by itself and a Zeus. Something faster this round. Looks like might be good. Work on A. You die. Trying to lurk. Still win that round. You can buy. Two of your teammates really can't buy a lot. Do anyways. Tells me you don't know how grenades work, as well as you don't know the angle they throw it at. Smoke off this side, good. And you're throwing a flash. Alright, so it's safe to imagine there's two guys still from B, one guy's rotating, and one on B, so and the other guy's like pit or something. Because you killed the arch guy, killed the truck guy. So it's safe to assume there's one guy probably pit, balcony area, and the other guy's rotating through CT. Third guy either staying on B, pushing banana, or rotating through CT as well. So those are like kind of how you should be thinking about this. Peeks out, good headshot by you, keeping your crosshair at head level. Now you're lurking. It's a 2v2 situation. You shouldn't be lurking. You do have 5 HP, and this guy's just really stupid. I wouldn't expect you to be lurking because it's a 2v2 situation. If your teammate died, you basically lost the game. But now that guy you know was rotating to B, pushing through it, and so A side's clear. You guys should easily win this round.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Yep, guys win. Awesome. So now they should be going. We've won one round in a row, but they took heavy losses that first gun round, some decent losses that second round. So this round they're saving. Force buying pretty well. That definitely should have been an easy kill for you. I can't tell if that's just because of your counter strafing like you mentioned, or if your aim was just off. You might be firing too quickly when you counter strafe. That could be a reason as well, but even still, you should have been on head level. Alright, so you know there's one pool, water right now. He's dead. Other guy, I think you heard construction. Maybe not. So you should probably be safe with construction. Oh, he just gets a really good pre-fire on you. They win that round. Drop your teammates. Really nice. You don't have enough for any nades. Alright, so you're patiently waiting. Gotta be careful though about if they decide to push to your alt mid as well. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Obviously, as we can see, none of them are doing it, but because we're haven't done it in recent rounds, doesn't mean they won't do it this round. So like, you're gonna come here, yeah, it's pre-aim, just come check it, make sure you don't get caught off. So that was the arch guy. You know they play one like pit area, one in porch. Crosshair was a little off right there, slightly above his head. When you sprayed down, the bullets were still going right above his head. Just gotta work on your aim a little bit better there. So yeah, you guys are just safe here. Die, oh well, down. So you can do AK armor, 2 flashes in the smoke. I like that. Smoke splash, in my opinion, are the best nades you can get. Again, banana. You get pushed from. I don't like. He could be in anywhere. Like right. He could have been construction with this guy. Could have been CT with that guy, or he could be banana. And for some reason, you just don't know where he's at, and you just had to like peek up here in a really high position, and you die. So again, try to keep that in mind. Try to think where he could be coming from, and like always have your crosshair at the ready to flick, and not be surprised by these off angles. So now you buy max 10. They're gonna have armor though, so this is gonna do very little unless you catch someone by surprise. Alright, so you know you smoked off this really early. Right now you die, because again you have a MAC 10 against a rifle, you're gonna lose that like 7 times out of 10. Unless you catch him by off guard. Not much you can do this round. Here you go in. So the next round, you have 3,800. You're probably gonna have to save one more time to be honest, but looks like you're gonna force up, no head armor. So these M4s they hit you in the head, you're toast. I'd rather just get the head armor and AK only. I don't really care about the flashes. Alright, this is a really good position you're at. Usually good players will check these angles, but you can catch them off guard. Catch that guy. So here's that guy doing a nice flick to that guy's face. So that's just really good aim by you.
Terrorists win.
So you know there's one arch from that molly, you just threw that. Oh wow, that was really bad, but it worked out. So okay, so you should know there's one guy B and there was one guy arches. He might have rotated to the site. So always be aware that he could be around here somewhere. And like you're not even scared of him being on site. This just tells me you lack game awareness and thinking about where the enemies could be at. So I think this is really your biggest struggle right now. That was almost really bad as well. So that flash came from mid. You're watching arches. He didn't make contact, and you hear him shooting. So
Terrorists win.
kills them, and we're coming down to the last round. Got full nades. Throw a flash. Uh, 3v3. Had to push in. See, now this is where you don't really have to be too scared about someone being porch or arch. Like if they're not peeking this aggressive angle, they're probably playing really passive because they don't want to get caught out, especially when there's no one to trade them. That's usually how the thought process is for some players, or I should say most players, not some. And so my thought process would be like right now is there's probably one B and then like one pit, one site, or one pit and then one arches, or one balcony, one arches, something like that, right? Obviously, as we can see from the minimap, there's only one on A. So you come out, kind of clearing everything, right? Nice. There's a lot of angles though. You really have to check. Just get caught off by that guy again. Got to really clear everything. You got to think about where they could be at. Think of all the different spots. That's just really unfortunate. And you guys lose that round, and you guys tie at 15-15. So now I'm going to go into the scoring session, basically tell you how I think you played over. Alright, so this is your scorecard for how I think you played this game. 35, yeah. Alright, so you got the right score, 54 out of 100 there. And so to me, you played like an MG2, MGE, maybe like a really low DMG player this game. And you got like 10 R dubs this game, right? And so that's usually where you DMG will be at. It's around 10 R dubs, or like good DMG-ish. I don't know. It really depends on your skill set. So basically, let me just tell you about your score and why I gave you this stuff. And so I'm giving you 15 out of 25 on your aim, and so that incorporates your crosshair placement, which I gave you an 8 out of 10. I thought you had really good crosshair placement. Most of the time it was on the head or wherever you usually coming around the head. Only problems I had was when you're coming around corners, make sure you hug the corner as you're peeking around, as well as make sure you're like on them when you're shooting at them. Overall, 8 out of 10. I thought it was really good. Maybe I could have gave you like a 7, but I think an 8 was really where you're at. Next up is accuracy, which I gave you a 4 out of 10, which is basically your spray control, how well you hit with pistols, as well as your basically rifle, whatever, right? How often you hit. So your spray control definitely needs some work on all your guns, as well as when you're coming around. I can see like counter strafing. I don't know if you're firing too early, and it looks like it might be the problem that you're like when you're counter strafing, you are firing too early, or you're still moving while you're shooting. It really throws off your aim. And finally, trigger discipline. Give you a 3 out of 5, which is tapping, bursting, spraying, and knowing when to do each one differently. I thought it was just average. I didn't see anything too crazy, so I gave you a 3 out of 5. Brings you up to a 15 out of 25, and then we come to movement. So movement in general, I give you a 2 out of 5. Knowing when to run, knowing to walk, just like that. Like, don't crouch walk. Try to go behind car. That's really stupid. That's like, yeah, really bad. That's like my biggest problem with that. But I didn't see too much movement problem in general, so I just, again, 2 out of 5. Obviously I could have gone with a 3 out of 5 as well, but 2 out of 5 I think was just fine for you. Then comes to positioning. Your position needs work on. You were holding some decent positions. I give you a 4 out of 10 for that, like holding the corner when your teammate's playing car, or just holding emo right there. But again, try to change up your positions. Arches, not a lot you can do, but you definitely can play it a little bit differently. That flashy throw was pretty good against these lower skilled players. It seemed like you were playing against some really bad players, so it was really working well. Against better players, I'll hear that flash bounce off the ground and turn away from it. So keep that in mind. But your position in general was okay, slightly below par. So not a 5 out of 10, right, which is average, but slightly below. Definitely you can change up and play different positions every time you play a side or arches. Play passive, you play aggressive, you can double stack arches. When you double stack arches, be sure to peek out when your teammate's shooting. But that comes out to teammate position, which we'll get to game awareness. Then finally, rotations. I gave you a 7 out of 10. I thought you had really good rotations when you're coming from B to A. Your A to B though definitely needs some work on. If one guy dies B, arch guy is supposed to be the first guy to rotate over. So you should rotate a lot sooner instead of waiting for your guy at B when he's by himself to die before you started rotating. T side, just rotate to the bomb and help the bomb out whenever you can. If you're lurking like you were and working abs, and just like hiding there waiting for them to rotate and just catch them off guard, you can do that too. But so I just mostly judge your rotation score off of your CT side, which I thought was pretty decent. Or above average, but like definitely need some work on. Then we come to game awareness, which you got 9 out of 25, and this is where you're very lackluster at, right? And I think this is the difference between you getting out of Gold Nova and just becoming a higher RDubs player. You're not really thinking about where the enemies can be at, and because of this, you put yourself in bad positions where you automatically get killed. As well as not checking your corners, not really knowing where the enemy is going to be, and what the timings are on the map. So when you come up alt mid to go apps as a T-sided player, as a terrorist, if you come to like that ledge kind of right past the white door going to T-apps, you can basically hear them running on wood. And if you would have done that, you would have heard one guy running in wood, you would be like, alright, there's a guy close to me. He's either going to peek out balcony or he's in dark room, or he's like pushing down the stairs. So you went towards stairs, you didn't see anything, went balcony, or you went looked towards boiler, didn't see his head poking out, you looked long hall, you didn't see anything, and so he was actually in dark room. If you would have cleared that out, instead of just pushing towards long hall and getting shot at, obviously you did a nice 180 and killed him, but definitely you don't need to take any damage from that guy if you know where he's at and pay attention. Next part, or next point too, another example is when you're coming out of boiler, you just walked out with your Mac 10. And it was like in the beginning of the round, there's like 20 seconds gone by, 20, 30 seconds have gone by, and like you're expecting no one to be watching mid. There's always going to be someone watching mid when it's a 5v5. 3v3, like I said, pointed out in the video, they'll probably be playing a lot more passive. But because it's a 5v5, they're still going to be playing aggressive angles. So either smoke or flash out, and then peek one side, depending on what you smoked and what you flashed. So I gave you a 1 out of 10 on game sense. Economy awareness, I gave you a 5 out of 5. Thought you had really good economy sense, knowing how much you would get when you lose, how much you get when you win, and just really playing the economy game really well. Teammate positioning, I gave you a 3 out of 10. Know how to play off your teammates a lot better. If he's holding arches for you on CT and you're in the cubby, don't try to flash after he shoots, right? Like, because usually he's going to shoot, he'll fall off, and they'll try to push him. So instead of throwing the flash and giving away position, because usually a good player will turn away from that flash, you just peek out, you spray down 2 guys. Really easy. Obviously he died, and then you could have peeked out, probably killed 2 guys, but instead you peek out, get 1 guy, and then I forgot what happened then after that. But definitely if you would have peeked out instead of throwing the flash, wasting that time throwing the flash, you definitely could have got more than 1 kill. Teammate position in general, if your teammate's playing aggressive on car as a CT on B, try to hold that corner like you did before. Just consistently do that, get in the habit, or going sandbags and waiting for them to push. Having a pop flash ready or something along those lines to be a good support player if he's going to be peeking aggressively. T side, teammate positioning just basically comes down to being close enough to get trades, or just basically spreading out and watching the map and seeing if the CTs push you. And finally we come to grenades. I gave you a 17 out of 25. I thought you had pretty solid nades. Most of your grenades were really good. Your smokes, your flashes, pretty solid. Some of your nades you fucked up on, so you didn't get a perfect 15 out of 15. But I gave you a 10 out of 15. I thought it was pretty decent. Most of them, 2/3 of them, I would say, pretty good. Or you just died with your nades in your inventory. So again, that counts against you if you don't know how to use them properly. Efficiently, you're just basically wasting money. You bought grenades every time you could. I gave you a 5 out of 5 in there. And then reacting to enemy grenades, just basically abusing their smoke, which you kind of did by pop flashing through, which I really liked, and I gave you a 2 out of 5 because you did it a couple times. Try to do it whenever you can, especially in pugs. I mean, like, it's a really puggy play, but it can sometimes work, sometimes fail. Up to your discretion, as well as turning from flashes and just dodging their mollies and HE grenades. It's really hard to judge that category, so I just gave you a standard 2 out of 5 there. And so again, rounds you off to 17, 54 out of 100. Obviously, again, this puts, to me, you played like DMG, a low DMG, MG, or maybe like a high MG2. Obviously, you're Gold Nova 2, or matchmaking, so you've been playing ESDA now. You're at 6 R-dubs right now. You got 10 R-dubs this game. But I think it's because you make a lot of dumb decisions in game that results in you losing games or just you dying constantly. If you played a little bit smarter, I think you definitely could easily rank up in matchmaking, as well as getting higher R-dubs in ESCA. Alright, so this concludes my demo review. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you can always message me. For those of you that don't have me added, if you want a coaching session, you can email me at my email in the description box below.